they'll usually pick 1 or 2 people who they absolutely love and they're extremely loyal to them. If you do not meet your breed's needs, they will destroy your place. You just need to dedicate a lot of time and energy to meet their needs. Oh, he loves socks. He loves my bras, my underwears, and my socks. Those big issue. Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I'm so thankful that you are here today. So today I'm going to be filming our Q&A. I do have a bunch of questions here and I kind of just combined them all into 20 questions. I'm super excited to answer all of these questions for you. I genuinely hope you enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe. Give this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell. We do post every single Friday, so stay tuned for our weekly videos. Let's get started with our Q&A. If you're new to our channel, my name is Stacy and I am Astro's dog mom. I am 23 years old and Astro is a 1.5-year-old blue merle Australian Shepherd. I am training Astro to be my service dog. He's my service dog to prevent any anxiety and panic attacks. I want to start working on scent training so he can detect my irregular heart rate levels. You have different saliva scents when your heart rate is lower, when your heart rate is high. My resting heart rate would be 70 and then out of nowhere it would jump up to like 130, 140. Astro is here to help lower my heart rate by doing some deep pressure therapy. I noticed that when I have an anxiety attack, my legs start to shake. I start to pick at my nails, pick at my skin. I'll just keep doing it because I don't notice that I'm doing it. So Astro is here to prevent me from harming myself and to let me know that my heart rate is super high. We are going to be moving back to Philadelphia from Connecticut. We have had our 1.5-year journey at Connecticut, but it's time to go back home. So the first question that was asked a lot was, what breed is Astro? Astro is an Australian Shepherd and his coat color is blue merle. He's a standard Aussie. So thankful for Astro. He is my very first dog. Honestly, he's one of the best dogs that I could ever ask for it, and he really set the standard so high for our future dogs. The second question is, what is Astro's neuter status? Currently, Astro is not neutered. I plan on waiting until he's at least 2 years old, so we still have a couple of months left for him to really grow into an adult dog. I don't want to neuter him just yet because I do want him to have all of his necessary hormones to help him grow healthy. It would be great to have little Astro kids running around. Maybe in the future we'll breed Australian Shepherds. We'll see. Why did I choose an Australian Shepherd? In middle school, I volunteered at this hospital. They always brought in their therapy dog, which was an Australian Shepherd. Ever since I've seen him work in the hospital, it just melted my heart, and I've always just wanted an active, intelligent breed. And I love their personalities. They're super quirky. I love their wiggle butts. I honestly love their drive. Very high drive. I also love how loyal they are. I've heard from like multiple Australian Shepherd owners, they'll usually pick 1 or 2 people who they absolutely love and they're extremely loyal to them. So obviously I'm one of them, and then there's Dado. Their trainability is very high. Because they're so intelligent, I believe it's very easy to train Australian Shepherds. You just have to put in the work to make sure you have a great Australian Shepherd. I also just wanted an hiking adventure buddy. Because they are so high energy, you need to exercise them, and I love nature. I love hiking. He truly is the perfect hiking buddy. He loves going on hikes with me. We went on one this morning, 2.5-mile hike. He went absolutely nuts. Like, why did I choose Australian Shepherd as my service dog? Honestly, I did not get Astro because I wanted him to be my service dog. Like, he was not a service dog prospect, but I've been struggling with anxiety and panic attacks for as long as I could remember. After working with Astro for a couple months from 8 weeks old, I decided to do some service dog training. As a puppy, he would recognize when I was feeling anxious or when a panic attack was starting to happen. He would start to lick my face. What was the first trick that I taught Astro? So from my memory, I believe we taught Astro sit and down first. I believe those are the 2 most important commands that your dog should know. How long have you been training Astro for? I've been training Astro since day one, since the day we brought him home from our breeder. We brought him home at 8 weeks old, and he was just the cutest little puppy ever. I miss seeing baby Astro so much, but it's so thankful I'm out of the puppy stage. But we didn't really do any service dog training until he hit about 9 months old. We started our service dog training about 6 months ago when I uploaded my first YouTube video. There's a local dog training center nearby that I absolutely love. We did a couple of classes, 2 full classes at that training center. We did puppy classes, and then we also did family dog one classes. They teach you how to train your dog with using positive reinforcements. What are some challenges that you and Astro have been through? First challenge is his humping. As I said earlier, he is not neutered. Obviously his hormones are all over the place. It's not a big issue, but it's enough where I get quite annoyed. When I put my shoes on or when I bend down, he just comes over and starts humping me. I don't like it. I tell him to get off and he does listen, but it does take him a couple of times to understand that he should not be humping me. Also, I visited my grandparents over the holidays, and my grandparents are not the biggest fan of dogs. Astro humped my grandma. Only for a few seconds. I took him off. Honey? Honey? You're very loud. It's a lot of talking. Okay. Astro started to hump my grandma, which is not a good thing. She's an 84-year-old woman who can easily be knocked over, and Astro started humping her leg. That's one of the challenges we've been facing. I'm fine if he humps his bed, but when it comes to humping humans, I'm not a big fan. So we're working towards that. Hopefully getting him neutered will help die down the humping. The second challenge is his loose leash walking skills. Ever since we went to Georgia back in November, we haven't really been going on much walks. So he's been pulling a lot, which is completely my fault, because if I want him to have good loose leash walking skills, I should be practicing those skills with him every day. You don't put a dog on a leash and expect them to understand what you want. They don't have leashes in nature. They're gonna pull if you don't teach them how to walk properly. I need to start working on my loose leash walking skills again, especially if I'm going to be back on my campus. Astro is not perfect in walking. He can't just be pulling me around. Do you recommend Aussies for first-time service dog owners? Astro is my very first dog. I don't really have much experience with other dogs. I can't really say if Australian Shepherds are good first-time service dog owners. I heard that Labs and Golden Retrievers are great. You need to know they are very, very, very high energy and very intelligent. If you do not meet your breed's needs, they will destroy your place. You just need to dedicate a lot of time and energy to meet their needs. The Australian Shepherds, they're known for herding. They're herding sheep all day long. If you do not have the time and energy to give your dog an outlet, I do not recommend getting an Australian Shepherd. They were meant to run hours and hours and hours a day. And if you can't meet your dog's needs, it can be a little destructive. Your couch might be shredded. If you do want an Australian Shepherd, make sure you do your research. How has your day-to-day life changed with Astro? Honestly, it has changed so much in a very, very, very good way. Before I got Astro, I was taking less than 2,000-3,000 steps a day, which I know it sounds terrible. Because of Astro, I am extremely active now. I take more than 10,000 steps a day because I have to exercise Astro and make sure his needs are met. Bad thing about getting a dog is that I kind of lost my independence in a way. Those maternal instincts have kind of kicked in with Astro. So much time is dedicated towards Astro. I don't really have time for myself anymore. I'm always thinking about Astro. I can't take care of Astro properly if I'm not taking care of myself. Before we got Astro, my boyfriend and I always used to go out, have a lot of fun dates, but we can't really do that as much anymore because we do have a dog and we can't leave him home for hours at a time by himself. We always have to coordinate our lives around Astro now. It's not as easy to hang out with our friends anymore. Sometimes we can't bring Astro with us. I don't know if you all can relate. Remember that self-care is important too. Your dog won't be able to survive if you don't survive. What is the clicker used for, and do you recommend it? I 100% recommend using the clicker. It's such an amazing tool to capture the exact behavior that you want from your dog. A clicker is useless unless you teach them what it means. So if you plan on associating the clicker and food, I would click and then reward your dog. And eventually they're going to associate that click with high value rewards. In my opinion, the clicker is so useful because it really helps Astro transition from his normal mode to work mode. He is more willing to cooperate and train with me. I have these two clickers that I absolutely love. I will link it down below. These are going to be all affiliate links. Not going to charge you any extra for using my link, but I do get a tiny portion if you do decide to buy from my link, which would be great. No pressure. But what's the brand of your treat pouch that you use? The Viola. It's the sage green color. It's silicone, which is so easy to clean rather than like a fabric fanny pack. I recommend using food grade silicone when you are using a treat pouch so you can just clean it whenever you want. Where did we get Astro from? Breeder information. I did ask my breeder for permission if we can share their socials and their names. So we did get Astro from a reputable breeder. Their name is Saltaire Australian Shepherd. I did find them on Good Dog and Facebook when I was researching. We originally were looking into the shelter to get adopted a dog, but because Astro is my very first dog, I really wanted that full experience of raising a dog from puppyhood. I believe they are in Utah. We had Astro flown over from Utah. If we ever plan on getting more Australian Shepherds in the future, we'll definitely be getting them from Saltaire. We had great communication while we were getting Astro. There's a whole contract. They post on their Instagram stories and post about their own dogs. How do I get Astro to be so calm around strangers? Honestly, he is not calm around strangers. When he is not working, he has the fattest, the biggest wiggle butts. It is the cutest thing ever. He's just like wiggling and jiggling. He's only calm around strangers when he's in the working mode. He is able to turn on his work mode because of all of the work that I put into when he was a puppy. Ever since day one at 8 weeks old, we gave him early exposure to strangers. We did a lot of desensitization training, so we took him out in public. I would just like hold him, absorb his environment. The biggest tip is not allowing everyone to greet your dog. If you allow everyone to greet your dog, then your dog is going to want to greet everyone. You have to set some type of boundary. Not every single person is allowed to say hello. Not every single dog is allowed to say hello to your dog. There are times where you have to teach them to ignore strangers, and I think that really stuck with him. Where did we get his service dog vest from? We were doing a training session at Barnes & Noble's. This woman, Amy, she said she had an extra service dog vest just lying around in her car, not being used, so she said that we could borrow the vest until our official vest comes in. Amy kindly allowed us to borrow her Harry Potter themed vest. Honestly, don't know where she got her vest from, but that's where I got the vest from. I'm going to be giving it back to her soon. I'm going to have to find another vest. What has your experience been with adolescent Astro? Honestly, the teenage phase is not too bad for us. At times, he'll ignore my command here and there. Oh, he loves socks. He loves my bras, my underwears, and my socks. Those big issue. He loves to just put holes in them, which is really annoying. He learned how to open my plastic drawer where I keep all my socks and underwears and pull my socks out. Guess that's what I get for having such an intelligent dog. Any behavioral issues that you've had pop up? Yes, with puppies in our apartment complex. This beautiful family adopted 2 beautiful husky puppies. Their first interaction was great, but then by like second or third time, Astro was getting pretty annoyed with all of them, with their nipping and jumping all over him. He seems to be very annoyed of puppy energy. He has corrected them multiple times. He hasn't bitten them or anything. It's just like a very loud verbal or like growling and barking to let them know to back off. I've never really seen him do that with any other dog before, which kind of shocked me. He's not the best with puppy energy, even though he was the same exact way when he was a puppy. Other than that, we don't have any other behavioral issues. How many days of the week do you train Astro in public? Ever since COVID started, I've become a homebody. I do not want to leave the house as much anymore. So honestly, we train in public 1 to 2 times a week, but I do want to change it to 3 to 4 times a week, give him more exposure. I'll definitely be posting all of our trainings in public on YouTube for you all to see. Please share one of your best memories with Astro. Honestly, I have too many to even think of one. The first one that comes to my head is our morning greeting. Every time we take him out of his crate in the morning, he gives the fattest, the juiciest wiggle butt. It makes me so happy because he's so happy to see us in the morning. After a good long 8 hours of sleep, his energy is just way too cute. I look forward to seeing him every single morning. I also just love hiking with Astro. He's really good at off-leash hiking. He follows through with all of our recalls. He's passed out right here, right next to me. Do you have a trainer for Astro? I currently do not have a trainer. I am Astro's trainer. We did go to our local dog training center. They have professional dog trainers there, and we did take 2 classes. I do recommend getting a professional dog trainer though, or at least visiting a training center. That's our Q&A. That's a lot of talking. I'm not even sure if you made it this far into the video, but if you did, thanks for getting this far into the video and watching. Definitely want to do a lot more Q&As in the future. So if you enjoyed watching this Q&A, please give it a thumbs up and let me know in the comments. I'm always looking forward to all these questions that you have for us. So thank you for watching. I genuinely hope you enjoyed this video. Happy holidays and happy new year. I can't wait to see what 2023 is like for us. Super excited to continue to grow with you all here on YouTube. Again, thank you for watching and we will see you next week. Bye.